Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Magic the Gathering Arena, playing more Premier Draft Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Theros Beyond Death is in Premier Draft right now, but I don't know. I don't want to learn a new format. And I don't want to play Quick Draft either. I don't know. I'll take a Dust Animus. I think Clear Shot would not be a totally unreasonable pick here, but Dust Animus is very strong. It's good early, it's good late. You know, it's not necessarily the greatest top deck. Well, I don't know. Like, if you have 5 or 6 lands, it's not so hot to hit this because it's like, you have to plot it and then play it. But it's still a great creature. And if you have like 7 lands, you can play this the turn you draw it. So it's really just 5 to 6 lands that it's not so hot. And even then, it's okay. This can really turn around some games, for sure. What is this? Electro Dominance. No, I'll take the Aven Interrupter. What a card. These are fine. But I'm not going out of... I'm not going to step into a second color for, or a third for Lazav for either of these when there's a very nice white card just sitting there. I think you're just supposed to take the Mobile Homestead here, right? The white cards are meh. Rictus Robber is a good card, but, you know, Mobile Homestead fits into most any deck. I guess you could take the black-white land, but I don't think you should. Let me just take the Homestead. It's a pretty decent card, unlikely to be cut, whatever you end up playing. What is this? Pest Control? 2 mana, kill all tokens, basically. That's cycling. It's not bad. I mean, you could take Pylons here. Or we could dip into black. We've seen some decent black cards so far. There might be more coming. And Treasure Dredger, you know, is a pretty good one. We could take the blue-white card, though. Like, I kind of like this idea because, I don't know. We haven't seen any good blue cards. I just feel like the white cards we have fit well in white-blue. But, you know, they fit well in white anything, really. And it doesn't look like blue is going to be that open. Whereas we've seen a decent number of black cards. And now, you know, maybe getting punished for that, I guess. Because actually, what's in this pack is blue, not black. Oh well. I'll take the Haunting. I'll find a way to play it. I wish I had that blue-white land now. You don't want Rakish Crew in black-white. Take a bird. It's a drake, not a bird, but all flyers are birds. It's like everything underwater is a fish, and no marine biologist is going to tell me otherwise. I mean, this is good for, like, not your turn blue-white stuff. Sure. You could try the green-white land, but I haven't seen any real green that I've wanted to play, I don't think. Okay, still making me pick between black and blue. Right, we don't want to decimate, yeah. I mean, none of these are that amazing. Could just take the OK white card if we're going to be attacking in the air. Then opponents will feel free to attack us. And then this is just an OK removal spell, I guess. You could maybe take the Deputy. I don't think you should, though. Like, it would be actually, like, somewhat good here. Because it, like, helps us with the possibility of splashing something. But it's also... you know, makes your flyers bigger. Skullduggery is okay if we end up black. I think we're more likely to end up blue. And Daring Thunder Thief, like, I don't know. I don't think I've ever played this card. Blue-white is the deck it wants to be in, and it is decent stats. I'll take it, I guess. Grab another flyer, sure. I don't really like either of these, but I think the Deputy is better in this kind of deck. In that, like, it being a mercenary matters. Wow, really? Rictus Robber? It's like the only... I think I'm going to take the blue card because blue looks a lot more open than black. It's just this one card that's very weird to still be here. Maybe I'm wrong? I don't think I want a locomotive. There's a bunch of garbage red. Ooh. 3 steps ahead is pretty solid. Bonnie Paul, though. I think you have to take that and just splash it, basically. I didn't look this far to the right. Oh, wow. Reanimate's also very good. But Bonnie Paul is nuts. And we should be able to cast it. I just saw a good rare, and I was like, oh, cool. Good rare. But there's an even better rare, like 2 slots to the right of it. Or mythic, really. No, is this just a rare? Huh. Feels like it should be a mythic, but what do I know? So Silver Deputy is now looking a lot more likely to see play. Okay. I mean... No, Stoic Sphinx. I mean, this helps with splashing, but it's green, right? So it doesn't help me find my green. If I were going to try to play like full Bant, this would be nice. But Stoic Sphinx is great anyway. I'll just have to put a little bit of effort into finding fixing. Journey to Nowhere is great. What does this one do? This is 2 mana Oblivion Ring effect. Well, old style. Actually, how's Oblivion Ring phrased? Is it like this? I think it is, right? Yeah, ETB exile, when it leaves, return. So, Oblivion Ring is just this, but for 3 mana. Anyway. Good card. I think we can safely cut the black Treasure Dredger here. Take the Fall is good. This Tapper is good. Silver Deputy, I hope I don't have to play. Hexproof is kind of funny, but I don't think it's all that good. I think I'll just take a cycling card. And I will grab... Oh, jeez. We're not playing the Mounts deck. I don't have to worry about splashing this. I will take an Oasis Gardener to help with fixing, I guess. I mean, Failed Forwarding is good, but we do need some fixing to throw in a green card, I think. I mean, on the other hand, I already have a Silver Deputy, and I think Failed Forwarding is a pretty useful tempo play. I'll wait to add something mediocre like a Failed Forwarding. Take up the shield? Seems pretty good. Hey, my blue-white land is here. It's Christmas. I do like Jailbreak Scheme. It's less good when your creatures are flyers because the like unblockable part doesn't matter so much. But I don't want to need this other stuff. What are we thinking of cutting at the moment? Thunder Thief and Jin and Rope Master, like the big mediocre blue cards, mostly. Let's put the Deputy in. We might end up cutting him, but I don't know. I just want to remember that I have access to him. This is all not very good. I'm not going to be running enough green for any of this stuff. I don't have like self-mill for Rise of the Varmints. I think it's just like another Flash Idiot. Don't want Shifting Grift. I think it's a Silver Deputy number 2. I don't really have... Well, I guess with 2 Silver Deputies, shifting... Well, no, but I would only have 1 if I took Shifting Grift. I don't know. If you have bad creatures, then Shifting Grift is a good way to give them away. But Razzle Dazzler, I don't really think I'm Razzle Dazzling anybody. Just give me some draw. Deputy number 3. Okay, yeah, well, sure. Whatever. Could be okay. Oh no, there's no reason to take this, is there? Surely not. It's a bad card. And even if it were good, I don't know. I mean, I think we're just supposed to take Lassoed. Yep, looks good. Oh, we could splash Tumblewag as well as Bonnie Paul? I don't think it's such a good splash card. Because if you don't play it on turn 3, it's a lot worse. And we might not have our green in time. I'd rather just take some removal. Oh boy, another round. Don't think I really need a Thunder Lasso. I think I just want to tap her, really. Yeah. Wow. Bruce Tarl? Well, I mean, we have so many deputies. We can throw in an Oasis Gardener maybe on the wheel. There's nothing else here I really want to run. Like, Failed Forwarding is okay. But I think there's some upside in, you know, if I can actually run Bruce Tarl in this deck, it would be nice. He's very strong. Kind of goofy to splash two colors for 1 card each, but seems possible. The only downside is we are running 3 Silver Deputies. But we have plenty of spells. We can try to prioritize lands here now that we know what we're doing. Might not get any lands. Everyone else is going to be prioritizing the lands for their silly splashes as well, of course. Red-green, exactly what I need. Oh, boy. I think it is actually what I need. Or we could just take the gold pan and then maybe... No, I don't want to do that. I don't really want any of these. I'm going to... Okay, let's try to splash Bruce and Bonnie Paul. That's my idea. A blue-black land. The one color I don't need. Black. Take another tapper. Could take a Loan Shark, I guess? I don't think so. Well, I have a lot of 2s already, right? Most of it is not removal, though. And it's not creatures. Well, I do have 3 deputies. You know what? I'll take the Loan Shark. Visage Bandit. Oh, Hindering Light. Yeah, that's pretty good. In blue-white. Like, counter a spell and draw a card. Very good effect. The problem is it's a bit restrictive. I'll finally throw this guy in, the Oasis Gardener. For every one of those I put in, I can take out a Silver Deputy and be a little bit happier. How am I for removal? Do I want a Stop Cold, or do I just want another Loan Shark? I'd love to cut the Daring Thunder Thieves, basically, so I think I will take a... I don't know, what do I care about Loan Shark? Forget that. I just don't see myself using Decisive Denial. I think I'll take a gold pan, though. We have a decent number of flyers, and... you know, obviously, the treasure is the main reason that I would want it. I don't have a lot of 3s, but I'm also not casting a second spell on many turns. I don't think this is that great, but it's okay. Oh, throw that island in. There you go. So, The deck is a little bit unfocused, I guess you could say. I didn't really end up getting any of this, like, the blue-white cast spells not on your turn payoffs, right? This is the Emergent Haunting. I have one of those. Drake helps you cast not on your turn, but he doesn't care if you do it. Yeah, I have a bunch of ways to not cast spells on my turn, but I don't have any particular reason to do it. Aside from the Emergent Haunting. Such a silly land. But it, you know, if I draw this one land, it solves both of my fixing problems, right? I get Bonnie Paul and Bruce Tarl online. So it definitely is worth running. I don't think we should necessarily cut the Emergent Haunting. It should be easy to activate it because we have all these, like, ways to not cast a spell on our turn. Okay, I think Strix and 3 Silver Deputies is kind of a serious threat. I don't know. How am I for removal? I have Lassoed by the Law, Stop Cold, Jailbreak Scheme, kind of removal. Lullaby, Journey to Nowhere, couple bounce spells. I mean, it seems like plenty. Do I need to cut any? I don't know. Oh, but the point is, Daring Thunder Thief, like, the main reason to have this card would be if I were being rewarded for not casting spells on my turn, which I'm not. It is kind of a weirdly large creature for a blue 4-drop, but I don't think that's that exciting. I don't think Failed Fording is very good here. I have very few deserts. I don't really have, like, any way to take advantage of having bounced their thing particularly. Aside from just, like, it generically slows them down. We definitely have enough fixing. So I can remove some of it. But not much, I don't think. Like, I have, what, 2 duels and 5 fixing sources in spells? That's 7, you know, like, total ways to get colors other than blue-white. Or to get extra colors. But I'm trying to play a red card and a green card. Which is hard. And don't forget also, Bonnie is double blue. So I don't want to, like, cut all of them. The problem is I'm just, like, kind of in love with this stupid idea of mercenary pumping flyers. So it's serving double duty. And for that reason, like, Harrier Strix looks pretty good to me as well. I'm like, oh, this is a 1-mana 4/1. But, of course, it's not. And, oh, if I could spend 3 mana on this, it could help me dig towards Bonnie Paul. But, like, is that really all that good? I'd rather spend my 3 mana casting spells. I have plenty of outlaws, right? 16 creatures, 4, 7... Actually, I only have 7 outlaws, and that includes the 3 Silver Deputies I'm hoping to cut. So maybe I can cut Take the Fall, because it's just cycling. It's not even like a decent combat trick anymore in this deck. Peerless Roadmaster is some decent tempo, but I feel like all the ground creatures are just, like, not very good. Because if most of our stuff is flying, you play 1 ground creature and, like, all the blockers they've been unable to use are suddenly online at dealing with that creature. It's like, yeah, bouncing something is cool, but I don't know. I'll get rid of the Loan Shark as well. Even if you manage to get to draw a card, it's like, wow, you drew a card and played a ground creature, which, as I was saying, is not actually very useful. So maybe we cut like a deputy, the bird. I don't think we're cutting a land. Oh yeah, Stoic Sphinx. Don't forget, that's another bomby way to win the game. I kind of think Jailbreak Scheme's not really at its best here. 3 mana to kind of remove something, maybe, but also if it's a real problem, they can just put it on top of their deck and draw it and play it again. So maybe that's what I get rid of, and I keep the more more certain removal spells. A bit of draw, some fixing. Seems okay. I don't know. It's an ambitious deck. Well, gosh, is ambitious the right word? The mana base is certainly ambitious, or optimistic, maybe. I don't know if if the deck itself is all that ambitious, because some of the stuff it's trying to do is not that amazing. I don't know. Great. This is actually amazing. I can play the Arroyo, plot the Dust Animus, Silver Deputy to go get a land to let me play Bruce Tarl. I don't know if I'm supposed to get a mountain with it, or if I'm supposed to go get the red-green land, because that would also fix in case I happen to draw Bonnie Paul. I think playing Bruce Tarl on curve is more important than someday being able to play Bonnie Paul. Oh, Silver Deputy costs 2. I thought it cost 3 for some reason. Well, in that case, I can play Deputy on 2, get the red-green land, next turn, plot the Animus, then Bruce Tarl, of course. Yes, take action. This one. It's a little scary out here. I hope I don't die before I get to do some cool stuff. But a 2/2 double striker should help, right? Next turn I can play the Dust Animus and also like the Djinn or something. Or maybe just hold up the Aven Interrupter. This is still end of next turn, right? Well, I'm probably not casting this. I was hoping to hit a land, obviously. I might just offer to trade Bruce Tarl for one of these creatures. Ugh! Okay, I guess that's probably what I'm doing. They didn't saddle for trample. So this is 12 damage. I have to trade something, or at least jump. And I think attacking with Bruce Tarl is just going to be too hard to do, so I'm going to give him away. Now I'm taking 7. This is a 4/5? I think I play that and hold up Dust Animus. Or Interrupter, rather. So this is maybe going to be able to gain some life gain someday. It isn't Vigilant. This can chump more damage by just blocking this next turn. So I'll take 7. Okay. Now we have Stop Cold. I can play Gold Pan for just like 1 mana, actually, right? Because I get a treasure back for it. And making this into a 5/6 lifelink is kind of cool. Yeah, I think I do want to play this, actually. And if I equip here, I'm still holding up Even Interrupter, which I think is going to be good enough. Threatening a triple blue counterspell. Good work there, Arena. I guess I could have cast the Drake, and then Even Interrupter would have just cost double white. That's an interesting idea. But I liked getting this to be a 5/6. Okay, they don't like that. That's fine. It's still a big lifelinker. I don't like that at all. Do I? I mean, how much do I care about a 4/5 flyer? 0. But I guess their 5/6 could attack. Would that be okay? I'd rather they just didn't, I think. Get some life gain. I know it's scary attacking with the 5/5, but it gains life as opposed to just sitting here. +1/+1. So I don't actually have a blocker for this 3/2 anyway. I guess I have the gym. Okay. Oh. I was going to say, that would be nice. I guess it would let them cast this for 0 instead of 2. And so we Drake as a blocker and then also have Stop Cold for this. As long as we tap correctly, which this does. Can I not? I don't have enough mana to do this. For some reason, I thought I did. Whoops. Okay, that's sort of dangerous. I'll take 8. So getting 1 more life gain out of this is not as good as having another chumper for next turn. So I'm just going to swing with the flyers. Then plan to play a Deputy and a Stop Cold. A little scary, but they have to top deck well here. The worst. They actually found a way to kill both of them. I could have survived one removal spell. I can't survive two. I don't think I played wrong by attacking the way I did. I need to make sure that this is lethal. I don't know. Could I really have held this back? This doesn't... Yeah. Okay, fine. Close one. I don't know. I mean, the mistake with the Drake, I guess, was maybe the turning point. I had to use my mana... Well, I used my mana quite inefficiently there because I thought I could do something else, and actually I couldn't. Even interrupting when I did was fine, but... Instead of the Drake, there was some other play I could have made. I don't remember what it was. Any dailies today, by the way? Black or green? I mean, no thanks. Blue. Okay. We had a great hand to start, too. Just, I don't know. This deck has kind of a low standard for what makes a great hand, I guess. Because... the opponent didn't do anything too aggressive. They just, like, curved out with green stuff, and I keeled over. Viejo Zorro. The old Zorro? Sure. I guess. I'm not quite sure how we're going to order this, but we do have all the bombs here. Colors are not as much of a problem as it looked like. So we can plot the Animus and get the 3/3 online, or we can play Gold Pan and have like a Stoic Sphinx or a Bruce Tarl next turn. I genuinely don't know which of these is better. The Dust Animus, I don't think we're casting anytime soon. And it doesn't seem like we need this yet. But if I don't get it online now, I play a spell, then I play another spell on 4, I'm still not animating this. So I think we're just going to animate this. So that I have a creature. And, you know, our big bomb might take a little longer to get out. I mean, I'm not dying to... If the treasure waits around for a sec, it's fine, right? Because I can use it on Bonnie Paul then. But as it turns out, we drew an island, so I can cast Stoic Sphinx, and, you know, isn't everybody just thrilled? I think we just race, right? Go ahead and draw your card. I'm not blocking with this guy. Do I play the Dust Animus? That can't be right. Can it? I mean, it would be 10 damage next turn if I did that. But I think it's worth waiting to draw another land. It could take a little while. But I think just these two are good enough. And I don't know, if they manage to kill the Stoic Sphinx or something... Oh, I shouldn't flash in the Sphinx, actually. I should cast it this turn, right? Because they're tapped out. If I flash it in, and it won't have hexproof, and they can kill it. So yeah, I'm definitely playing this now. And am I playing the Dust Animus? I think I can wait till next turn, because like 8 plus 10 is still over 17. I don't have to be 10 plus 10. And this way the Dust Animus might... No, I should have cast it because then this guy could kind of stay hexproof for the rest of the game. I don't know. Without... It turns out fine. They're tapping out here, so... I could still cast the Dust Animus next turn. Without really risking it. Risking this, I mean. Wow. Okay. What if I just played... Yeah, I don't know. I should have played this last turn, I think. Too greedy hanging on to it. Just run with the Keykeeper to have a chumper so that that extends the race. I'm not a chumper, it actually blocks. Okay. Not too concerned about any of this. Yeah, of course they're racing. Untapped land? Pretty good card for me to have. Not them. No untapped land. So if it's a land, you get a thing. Otherwise, you can cast it. Yeah, so you don't get both. I mean... Oh, this is actually a blocker, isn't it? Is that my mountain? Best land to hit, I guess. So they don't have any red spells left. Now they can't even get life gain by attacking with their lifelinker because I can block with a double striker. I think Bruce Tarl might just be a bad idea for this deck. Like, I don't have much way to make use of the 2/2 double strikers. Attacking with Bruce Tarl is difficult. So I only get his trigger once. It is a good trigger to get once, though. I could... Like, they could have a combat trick killing my 2/3, but the 2/3 is not really doing anything, so go ahead, I guess. Actually, what if I do this? In case they do have that combat trick. Quick draw still gets me. What else is there? I don't really remember. I think I just want to make sure the lifelinker dies as much as I can. Like, probably the block would have been okay either way. If they had a combat trick, they probably would have used it to kill this. But they might have just drawn one. You never know. Scary to damage yourself for 1. What if I can kill your 3/3? Okay, they're going to do it. I'll double block the 3/1s here. Well, no. That's silly. I don't care about the 6 damage, and having... Ooh. That's exciting. If I block here... Huh. Then I'm dead to 2 damage. If I block here, it would need 3 damage to kill me. Skewer the Critics works either way. I guess killing their thing does matter, even though, like... Cause they shouldn't have shown me this, I think. Because I would have maybe said, oh, I can probably kill them next turn. And I might have blocked more conservatively. Am I getting skewered? No. Gotta cast this pre-combat so that we get the trigger. Swing with both so that they have to block, losing the Raven. Oh, I was also dead to Raven triggers if I had blocked the other way. I forgot about that. Oh, no. Oh, they still have to... Okay. I thought they had used Desert Stew to actually kill this. I didn't really pay attention to what had happened. They just shrank it so they would take less damage and get the Raven life gain before they chumped with it. Whew. Yeah, my greed with hanging on to the Dust Animus for 1 turn too long nearly cost me there. Maybe it was even right to play the Dust Animus on 2 instead of plotting it. But no, I was animating the Emergent Haunting. So I think that was right. But then I put it off for 1 more turn saying, oh, maybe I'll draw a 5th land soon. And just like, should have just dumped more stuff out. Black Mamba, but from someone who really loves the number 4. Looking absolutely sick. Turn 3 Stoic Sphinx, I think. Alright, just gold pan into Sphinx. There's no way Emergent Haunting makes sense, right? Yeah, I just don't see it. Let's see if they can deal with this. Pretty tough. But they can commit a crime and tutor for whatever it is that answers this. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe some kind of race? This suggests they have Snakeskin Veil, right? It's not much else they'd be holding for here. Could be bluffing me with full control mode. You never know. They can't really be debating whether to run out a 1/1 Death Toucher. They would just do it. I wonder why they didn't print any 0-mana spree spells. Like, wouldn't it be kind of interesting to have a spell that was like 0 and you could spree it for either red or blue or something like that? Like a red effect and a blue effect? I don't know. That'd be kind of neat. Reminds me of the... They were debating this for some reason. Reminds me of the off-color kicker stuff in DMU. We could top a land with Deputy. Like, I do want to play a land. And I want to attack for 6, so I could equip this and... Right? I guess it makes enough sense. So what land do I want, though? If I take a crime land, I can seize the secrets for 2, but then I'm not doing anything else on that turn. I think I want an untapped land, and it might as well be a forest? My deputy. Okay, here comes the tutor. What's it gonna be? I don't get to know, of course. Maybe it was the mountain. Now, the sad thing is I can't do 7 and then 7 easily. When I had a deputy, that was my plan. Like, Haunting doesn't really do anything. Homestead doesn't really do anything. Deputy doesn't really do anything. Although I could take the blue-white land and crime them. Ah, yes, of course. Play this and have a criminal plan in mind. Oh, topping a land with Deputy and then attacking with Homestead is also a cute thing we could do someday. Not this game. So now they kind of have to gain some life. For example, by paying 4 to activate the Blood Hustler. Or maybe just kill the Deputy again. Okay. It's a big threat. It's a lot of damage. Yikes. I mean, they have 4 damage here. If they use this to commit a crime and drain me for 1 and put a counter on, that's 6. So I'm not dead on board if I attack. The thing is, if I don't attack, what am I blocking? I could animate the Homestead and, block a Death Toucher. But then this is hitting me. I think I still have to race. If they have anything better to do than activate the Blood Hustler, I lose. Interesting. They don't. Yikes. Another very close one. Stoic Sphinx turn 3, very difficult to beat. I wonder what they tutored for. It may well have been the mountain. I don't know. But it looks like actually white. I don't know. Red rather like maybe wasn't a splash color because they have 2 mountains. But who can say? Okay, well, I mean, we did it. 2-1. Oh, I was talking about cutting Bruce Tarl, wasn't I? He doesn't seem like a good fit. When I played him, I was like, oh boy, a 2-2 Death Touch. And then, like, it didn't... 2-2 Double Strike, rather. And then it didn't actually matter. So... if I just improve my main colors... 1 forest? No. I should... because one of the lands I cut was a forest, right? I should have a second forest in here. Which looks like this. Plus several sources of fixing. I could maybe get rid of, like, one of the fixers as well. Just put in, like... I have only 1 desert. I don't think failed forwarding is that great. Jailbreak scheme, I guess. I don't know. It seems like I'm always racing. And failed forwarding is better for that kind of play than real removal is, I think. And I maybe don't need the deputies anymore. Like I could cut one of them wherever they are. There they are. And put in a 1-drop. Sure. Bonnie Paul's tough to cast, but I still have 4 ways to get to a forest. I have 2 forests and 2 fixers. And a gold pan, 5. I think that's more than enough. Gold pan's been great. The fixing and the ramping, well, you know, ramping, the treasure, have both been valuable. It says waiting for opponent. We have been match made. But for whatever reason, we can't play against them yet. All right, well, doesn't it usually give up after a minute or 2 minutes? I don't know. I guess I'll cut here. BRB. You didn't miss much. It's a draw. I'll go find another match. We did it. A real match against a real opponent. And I have a 1-drop and then basically nothing until turn 5. I mean, I guess I'll keep it. I don't know. My opponent's name makes me laugh as well. I guess I can use the Strix on 3 if I don't hit anything. That's something. It's like, you know, Blogenefic. Like, it doesn't exactly mean anything. It makes me imagine a French guy who's like, you know, his boss told him to start a blog. And he's like, what? I don't know anything about blogging. What am I supposed to blog? And his boss is like, blog anything. Oh, that's all. That's all you get from me. Okay, you know, Don't have anything to do but attack, I guess. And I guess I'm activating the Strix. Because I can't cast this as an instant. And I don't imagine I'll want to use Hindering Light, but maybe. No! This doesn't target me or a creature I control. Loses all abilities. Okay, so that would be pretty cool. Okay, I need that land. Could dump Bonnie, but I really do think we can cast Bonnie most of the time. Oh, it's tapped. I could just destroy it. I didn't even consider that. Obviously, this attack feels stupid. Like, why don't you just block their 3-1? But they're going to give it first strike, right? So... Boy, I worry we're going to see a Bonnie Paul against us here. I feel like opponents should be targeting my stuff already. Come on, I've got a Hindering Light burning a hole in my pocket. Don't just play a Prairie Dog. Oh. Okay. It's looking pretty bad. The Prairie Dog putting extra counters is just a lot worse than the 3-1, I think. I don't know. Even if I hit a forest, I can't cast Bonnie Paul. I still need an island. Kind of embarrassing. I'm running the same number of islands and plains, aren't I? Like I didn't cut islands to run plains? I don't think so. That might be what Autoland was suggesting, but I don't think I did it. I'm just going to give everything trample and swing for 100. This looks like game over. Oh my god. Very funny. Well, this animates and I can flash in a Sphinx, I guess. Still dies. But maybe they don't expect a flash creature and don't attack with enough, like they saddle too greedily or something. Obviously, we're very likely to be dead here, but I will give my opponent a chance to not kill me. Just attack all kills me, for example. Even with the Sphinx. But I guess they don't know what I have here. Maybe it could be something where I somehow survive attack all. Seems unlikely. Okay, they're not saddling, so they're probably attacking all. Almost all, huh? Shouldn't you have saddled with the unicorn if you were going to do this? I don't know. I have to just lose all this. I can't keep any of it. But I go to 1 instead of 0. Yeah, even Bonnie Paul, like a forest for Bonnie Paul doesn't win here. Alright, maybe I should cut this hindering light. It felt really bad there. It's really good when it's good. But this game made me reevaluate exactly how often it will actually be good. Where even is it? There it is. And just put in another creature, or... Yeah, I'm a bit low on creatures for someone who's trying to kill the opponent. I will take the flash creature. I don't know. Why am I doing that? Good question. Wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go back to my deck. Help! Maybe just take, like... I don't know. The Loan Shark, and maybe it gets to draw while establishing a blocker to help me survive the race. That kind of thing. Okay. Is it possible I should change my island, my mana base? I don't think so. Like, I have some double blue spells, but I have a double white spell as well. And the double blue spells are the most expensive, so I need double blue later than I need double white. M. Leonard, 1125. Jeez. Okay, let's just try to draw a good card, because this is a great curve. All it needs is a good card. A threat. I can cast Bonnie Paul on, like, 4. Maybe I should equip the bird? Jeepers creepers. I'm not going to equip the bird yet. I want to get this gardener out in case I do draw Bonnie Paul. Mono... Okay. Oh, good. A deputy. Just what I needed. Let's see what they... I mean, I assume green, right? The black and... Well, it could be red. Because, like, then... No, this isn't even an outlaw. I haven't drawn... No, I've drawn one spell. Hasn't been very good, though. So I want the extra toughness here. The extra power here. Oh, I should have activated this first, actually. Whoops. Before I did anything. Maybe I shouldn't even be risking the Strix? Oh, he was dead anyway. Although they might... No, they would have definitely used... Please! Ah! An opponent's at 18. It's not like I can erase them. If I hold this back and they spend 2 mana tapping it, I think that's fine. Yeah, because it deters several attacks. Okay, we're going to not attack here. There's no way opponent wants to use their deputy tapping down my guy. Yeah, I am humiliated. You're right. Nice. This is sick. 10 lands in the top 14? That's unreal. Okay, that's something. Probably just have to kill this. Like, you could try killing the Baron. I'm not sure that's all that good. Maybe they just can't activate the Baron? On the other hand, the Baron is a blocker for the 3/3. Slash can attack into it. Although if I have spare mana, I can make this a 4/4. If I just spend a mana equipping it every time I bring it out. And I have nothing if not spare mana. Yeah, I'm just going to kill what I can here. It's actually 2 mana, because I have to put the equipment here so that I have enough to crew, and then move the equipment over. Okay, that's good. And may as well play this island. I can just cast this and it will still trigger. Because I have 7 untapped lands. I mean, tapping the lifelinker is a little scary. But I think if they're going to do anything here that worries me, it'll be murder. So this is just sort of dead weight anyway. Or something like murder. Shoot the sheriff or whatever. So I just want to get in with these guys. Yes, put it on the battlefield. Good. A land I didn't have to draw. More skullduggery? No, the shield has been taken up. Okay. This creature's done a lot of work for them as their only white source. Look at all these white spells. Oh no, didn't they have a treasure or something? I guess not. It was just this thing every time. Okay. I think the gold pan is not doing anything where it is right now, so let's put it over here. If they shoot the sheriff, it's sad, but okay, they didn't. Good. White. Good choice. Yep. I don't know, maybe I was too much of a coward killing Keykeeper. But no, the Keykeeper would be great here. They'd be tapping this down, so... I think it's okay to overcommit on this. If they kill this, it's going to be with a destruction spell, and take up the shield protects it. So I want to maximize the life gain. Because we are racing here. Okay. So they don't seem to have any removal that costs 3 or less. Bad news is they might have lassoed by the law now that they've got access to... No, they had this. They could have done that last turn. Tapping this in these swamps. So I don't think they have a way to exile this. Gonna sack it to draw a card? You shit. So there goes my Dust Animus. I could... If I didn't have the gold pan, I could take up the shield this. And then this would live. I could take up the shield here, so it's destroyed by this, but it would give it indestructible as well. So it doesn't actually work. Okay. Just kill that one creature. Wait, I could have given it indestructible. God, I forgot about that. I came to the conclusion it would have protected their creature. I forgot it would have worked on mine as well. Oh my god. I threw this game. That was such a bad play. I had an easy way to win. I might still win, but geez, what a try to lose. I don't know why I somehow did not conceive that could work. Because it wasn't targeting, right? You're used to protecting this when it gets targeted. I don't know. This is why I'm not going to any Mythic Invitationals or whatever the cool kids play in. I need to block. I am racing here. I can't just take everything. They're going to try to Rooftop Assassin me or something? Sure. So attack with both, and they have to block? Chumping? In which case, they might as well chump the big one, so I should divide up the power. so that they take 3 from the one that gets through. Boy, this treasure's really been useful, huh? Imagine how good Bruce Tarl would have been when my whole deck was lands. 12 lands in the top 22 is more reasonable than 10 in the top 14. Opponent's been dying to draw a land, by the way. These are all big spells. But they have 5 mana. I don't know. Except it's a little tough to tap this these days. And, like, if I'd used Take Up the Shield to protect the Dust Animus, then they would have been able to actually kill it with Rooftop Assassin. And I'd still be left with this creature, but I'd have a bunch more life because I'd been attacking with a lifelinker all that time. And they'd have a bunch less. Maybe they'd even be dead. I don't know. Alright, go for lethal. If they found a way to shoot the sheriff, then, you know, congratulations. I'm not making progress on my blue spells daily here, but I don't know. I didn't want to tell them I had this card. I don't know why. Steer clear. Not good enough. Okay, won the game despite my best efforts and my terrible draws. Opponents were even worse, apparently, with all those non-land cards. And we made it to average. Yeah, I was on 11 lands and my opponent was on 4. Neither of us happy about the situation. Laser Llama. There's 8 white sources in the deck. Yeah. Plus a couple colorless things that give you access to white. This is fine. I have, like, Seize the Secrets on 3, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to mulligan this. But this is nice to see. Green, black. Just Deserts do my mana dork. Wow, okay. Rude. Suddenly I'm less excited. Oh, I really wanted that mana dork. Okay, there's the white source at least. And I have all the colors now for everything I need to cast, besides this interrupter, I guess. Should run out the Sphinx on my turn. Is there anything I should be threatening here? Threatens. Let's tell him I have a Snakeskin Veil. Doesn't actually make sense to hold up here, but actually, given that, let's put stops in so I can really threaten it. I don't need stops in my main. Dust Animus, huh? It's pretty good. I was thinking of Journey to Nowhere on this thing, and I can't do both. I think I plot the Dust Animus and cast nothing, retaining hexproof. It's another huge flying threat. And if I want to, I could bounce this, but I don't think that's a good idea when they have all this mana up. I don't know. I think I'm winning the race, right? So why upset the apple cart? Yeah. Okay, and now that they're clear shotting, I just put this back in their hand. They can cast it again to gain some life, but it really slows them down in the race, and it keeps my flyers alive. Okay, pretty cool. But that pretty much taps them out, which means I'm free to cast something else if I want to. For example, if that had been a land, I could cast Bonnie Paul. I don't really want to destroy this, but I guess all my enchantment removal does nothing while this is on the board, right? So I might as well journey it. That doesn't work. But okay, it stops me from bouncing it, I guess. Not that I was doing that. Enjoy your card? Ah, my head. Owie. Situations like this is why I feel like, half my creatures and half my cards. Yikes. Well, I think the tempo play of bouncing their thing is good enough, right? Don't really need this. Well, actually, picking up a land is pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. This way I guarantee Bonnie Paul in a couple turns, if nothing else. If I draw a land and end up not needing the deputy, that's fine, because I have a Bonnie Paul. Okay. Remember, we're still threatening Snakeskin Veil. They should be anticipating Bonnie Paul here, I think. Why else would I want a plains and not a desert or nothing? I must have a 6-mana great card, and in these colors, what could that be? Okay. Do I have a land in the graveyard? No. So the Bonnie, if I attack with this, I'm throwing it away for a card draw. That seems pretty cool. Let's do that. Right? We could lose this one. We're in good shape. But if they... Yeah? This is kind of spooky. What is this about? Combat trick? If so, I should block with bow. But I feel like if all they had was a... Like, why wouldn't they just block with this? Why are they attacking? Smuggler's Surprise? Something that rewards them for hitting me? Like... I could double block so that if they remove a creature or pump... If they pump somehow, I still get, like, a 1-for-1 or a 2-for-2. But that guarantees they can kill Bonnie Paul. Maybe they just want to reanimate this? Why? Huh. What could they be doing here? Could just take 5. That's probably the safest thing to do. Let's just do that. It's 3 mana? Let's see what's coming up. Remember, this makes a treasure, so I can still cast both of these. It's a good one. Okay. I attack, drawing this to protect Bonnie Paul. Or whatever gets through, right? Like, they let me draw it. -2, -2. Okay. So they're blocking with both. So this is what they had. Sure. I think I want to keep Bonnie alive. And now I don't get to cast one of these because I surveilled pre-combat, but I think that was good. I mean, either of my creatures would have actually traded with this still, even with the -2, -2. It wouldn't have been a blowout. But I think I like this outcome better. what are we dirging? Probably not anything I can see there. They're going to go find something good. A lifelinker. Okay. And they can destroy my emergent housing if they want. This is kind of fun. Tap this down so they have to block with the lifelinker, which they're not sad about. But it means I don't have to worry about more lifelink later. If I tap the lifelinker down so they have to block with this, they'll just block and sack to blow this up. So it doesn't actually work very well for me. Nice. I was a little worried I didn't have a big enough blocker to deal with this trampler, but this is nice to see. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about that. The Cactarantula. Yeah, that's a bigger problem. I mean, I'm still okay because I can chump it. And I can make Paul an 8/7 if I want. Oh, a double block would be fine with me. Or, well, I hope it's fine. If they have another trick, it's looking bad. But I don't want to take 5. Gigapede again. Pretty cool. Well, I mean, I guess I want to get this down, right? It's a good blocker for the 6/2. It threatens taps. And with Gold Pan on Bonnie Paul, I can actually block their bigger creatures without losing something. If I attack, they have to block, and I assume they would double block to kill Paul, but then the board looks very bad for me. I don't think I should do that. Like, attack all seems like a very reasonable play for them to make right now. It trades Gigapede into a 2/2, which is sad. Oh, boy. Oh, no. I think I'm dead? Yeah, that's game over. Yeah, they're returning this one to the battlefield to kill this. And then attack all kills me. Nice, good game. Well, I won't give them the good game till they attack all. Alright. Lame. What was on top? Heck of a game. Just too much value out there. Okay, sure. Just showing off. There was... I saw a video. I don't know. I find it endlessly interesting the way that these like post game states are rendered that are just like they're not possible states during a game. Right? Like Goldpan can't be out here in the creature area. I mean, okay. It is legal, of course, because the rules don't say anything about where permanents go. They don't talk about each player having a side of the battlefield. They don't talk about putting your lands over here. That's in the Magic Tournament rules, but the comprehensive rules for, like, the actual game, this is a perfectly legal game state. This is just attached to nothing. Usually, Arena renders stuff attached to nothing over here, but, you know, you can put this card here if you want. That's legal. So I don't know. I just find these kind of interesting. Like, it does state-based actions long enough to notice that somebody's died, and then it just stops doing the others. So I suspect that Arena isn't saying, oh, this is just... I mean, I guess it is. It's not saying who it's attached to. But, like, it didn't get to the point, maybe, of noticing... This actually is illegal, right? This should be in the graveyard if we had continued to process state-based actions. It can exist on the battlefield unattached, but only until we get to the point that the game is supposed to notice that. This one could just stay here forever, as far as anyone's concerned. Anyway... And there's just, you know, other kinds of funny things that happen when the player who controls something stops existing because they lost the game. And Arena renders some of that in a funny way. Like, I was watching a premiere draft of the flashback set that's in now. What's that called? The one that has Thassa in it. I never really played that set. The one that's about Greece, I can't remember what it's called. Let's go look. And a player had, you know, Thassa Deep Dwelling, I think it's called, right? One of those cards that's like a god that's an enchantment creature, but it's only a creature, like, its type says enchantment creature, but its ability says, oh... It's only a creature... Oh, Theros Beyond Death. That's right. It's only a creature... What do you mean resume? I finished. It's only a creature if your devotion to blue is at least 5 or something like that. 3. I think it must be 5. And so Arena, when it's not a creature, renders it down here in the, like, artifact and enchantment area. And when you have enough devotion, it kind of moves into the creature area. Again... The comprehensive rules don't care about this. The tournament rules do care where you put your creatures. So Arena can render it however they want, really. They can agree with either source. But what's funny is, when a player whose devotion to blue is like 2, enough that Thassa isn't animated, when such a player dies, Arena says, oh, this is a creature now. Like, the player who... There's no controller for it, because you're dead. But this thing looks to find, oh, who's my controller? What's their devotion to blue? And the game says, oh, you don't have a controller. And Thassa says, oh, well, their devotion to blue isn't less than 5, so I'm a creature. And it's just kind of funny that it has this, like, dying gasp of jumping up into the creature zone for no reason, as if it were about to become a creature, when obviously it wasn't, when the game ends. Anyway, that's just... It's just kind of funny. I like seeing what happens when the game ends in the middle of stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.